Good morning, everyone. It's Rachel here with Whatever Wednesday. So I still have these on the go. Haven't had a chance to get to them, but I will. And this was the one we started last week. I need many on the go. Just call me 51 Projects Rachel on the go. But I also wanted to make one of Sarah's bowls, and I haven't done one of those on camera before. And this little bowl was sent to me for Christmas by the wonderful Pam from Pandora's Junk Journals. Where did I put her little cactus that she sent me? It's here somewhere. I'm sure I put it on my table. I've got a lot of stuff here. I probably put something on top of it. Isn't that beautiful? So Pam is really, really amazing at making the little bowls. So she made that from Sarah's original video. I'm going to make it from her second video. And I'm going to do the 8 cuts, which works better than the 6 cuts. And I'm not going to measure. This is how I'm going to do it. So I'm just going to eyeball it. Actually, I'm even going to go like that. And I'm going to cut here. This is an experiment, guys. There. There. And I might mess it up. Now, this is Stefano's grandparents' blanket. Okay, so there I've got 4 cuts. So then I need to fold it in half again and do the same thing. This is me because you know I don't like pulling. I told Sarah I was going to be very bodgy with it. So then I'm going to do the same again. And I'm just eyeballing. So mine will be wonky, which is fine because you know that's me, Miss Wonk. And I may have cut too close to the center, but I'll just have to make a deeper bowl. Okay, there I've got my 8 cuts. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. They're not all exactly the same, but it's okay. It's close enough. So then what I need to do, I do believe from memory, is stitch up my sides. So I'm going to overlap them. How much do I want to, I'm going to pin them first. Let's see how much I want to overlap. And then I'll do that bit off camera. Pins. Let's just work it out. So there, and then that one over there. Now what I'm going to make, I didn't say that, did I? Is I'm going to make an Easter bowl. An Easter fabric bowl. And Lulu doesn't watch my video. She doesn't have time. I'm going to put Easter eggs in it for Lulu at Christmas. So I'm going to use some of my Easter fabrics. Now it's floppy, but it will become strengthened because... So I'm just eyeballing it. I'm just overlapping them, sort of eyeballing how close to do them. It's going to go there. It's like bowl city, isn't it? Lots of bowls. Lots of bowls in the group. Yeah, I think that's going to be a nice deep one. I saw Mum's made, I think Mum might have made at last count. Oh yeah, that's great. Gosh, that works well, Sarah. Good job doing 8 cuts. Okay, so that's going to be my bowl, and I think that's a good size. They take a really long time to do. I'm going to have to work really hard this week if I want to be able to do a video next week sharing that. So what I might do is I'm going to just go here like this, and I'll just show you one. I might go right in. I don't want it to fray. As I said, this is Stefano's grandparents' blanket. They have many up there. It's their own wool. I was talking to his uncle a couple of weeks ago when we went to dinner, and it was their own wool, and that's why it's so it's natural. It's not bleached or anything like that, and it's quite rough. But they would have had their hemp sheets under it. And Maria came over today, and I had one of my hanks of wool over the back of the chair because I've got it hanging there because I need to roll it into a ball. And she's like, what are you doing with that? And I said, oh, I have to roll it into a ball. I use it for embroidery, and it gets knotted, tangled, and, you know, they're not cheap to buy. So and she said, oh, you need one of those things that my mum had. And she had one of those big things that you put it on and then you roll it, turn the handle in it. She said it's up in the attic. And I thought, oh gosh, she's going to offer it to me, and I have nowhere to put it. So she didn't, though. Yeah, so they must have had their yarn from the sheep, and then they made that into balls like that, and then they made things out of it. Can I get my words out? Can I? So you see how it's going to take shape? It won't take me too long to do that. So I'll just pause the camera, and then I'm just popping back on. So I stitched up this one. Now this one I did quite deep cuts. So you can see the cuts go right to there. This one is the same shape circle, just drawn around a plate, and I've done shorter cuts. So I'll tell you, where's my ruler? I'll tell you just in case you want to know me. So this is a 9-inch diameter plate, 9.5 inch, sorry. The cuts I've done on this one are about 2 inches, whereas the cuts on that one were about 3 inches. There you go. Oh, wasn't I precise? So what I'm thinking was, with doing different cuts, you get a different shape bowl, because it's going to have a bigger base, and also how far you fold it over too is going to determine how deep your bowl is as well. But so I'm getting a shallower bowl with shorter sides, so that the cuts will determine, and the overlapping, well, the cuts would determine how tall your sides are, but also the overlapping. So I'm only just slightly overlapping these ones, about one bit more than 1 centimeter. So you really can experiment with different shape cuts to see what type of bowl you get. And I'm wondering whether this one might be better for the Easter eggs or the other one. So what I'll do is I'll pop off in a second. I just wanted to show you the shape. It literally took me 10 minutes to stitch that one up. So, and then we'll decide which one to work on, because I kind of like this one too. So, but I just want to stitch it because it kind of flops with the pins. So look at that, different shape, same circle, shorter cuts, different shape. Woohoo! Okay, so I'm back. There you go. There's my different shape. Okay, so I don't know which one is going to be the one for Lulu, but I'm going to work on both of them. Oh, ambitious. Right, now do I work on the inside or the outside first? I think I did both on my other one. I think I'll do the outside first. So that's the bottom of them. Okay. Right, well, I wanted to use my Easter fabrics, but I probably want to use those more on the inside. So I've only got 2 here. Where's the other one? Oh, here it is, this one. So let's start, maybe we'll just start with a thin piece of scrappy sort of hemp. And as a rule of thumb, both when I'm paper crafting and paper collaging and fabric collaging, I start with the bigger pieces first. Now we had a little bit of a hemi situation here. Oh, I got rid of it. So this is a very scrappy piece of hemp, so I think I'll put that. If they're too big, because of the shape of the bowls, they may be difficult to maneuver. But I'm actually going to roll that over. I love the raw edge, so I think I'll just start pinning, and then we can start adding more. I kind of want to keep them light and soft and pretty. I don't know what's going to happen. Kind of like Sarah's original one. I really loved her beautiful color scheme that she had going on there. Anyway, we're just going to make a start, and then we'll see what happens. So what about some bits and pieces from here? I particularly love this. Just take that off. excuse me. Just go right across there. And love the script. And I probably don't, I'm going to have one piece on each. I don't know, I might change my mind. I'm just starting to lay down some fabrics. And that might be too big, this piece, so I'll probably overlap on it. It's going to be multiple layers. So once I start having a few down too, I'll probably have to start making some executive decisions and stitching them. And we'll overlap them. Okay. I'll just get rid of that stringy bit and fold that over. Now I do want some of this. I don't think it's something that you can just pin everything on it first and then go. You kind of just have to sort of go with it. See, that's going to roll over there. We'll start to get an idea. I probably need to just stitch them on and then make decisions. Let's see. That needs to pull in a little bit, and then put that one. I just want to see what I'm going to get a gauge of what it's going to be looking like that. And I'm just going to canthus stitch it all. So that's why it takes so long. It really does take a long time, because you do inside and out. See, I'm liking the look of that. Now that is a funny angle. So I would leave that, because then I might come in and put something like that over. Or I might even take that in a minute. Let's put this one over here. I'm a bit more random than my sister. She's very good at having an overall vision of things, and whereas I don't have any vision at all. Oh, I just start pinning it, and then I don't like it, and so then I'll just cover it up with something else. Okay, well, I'm liking that so far. Now I do want to bring in some pretty colors. I do have all kinds of things here that I can, so I'll come in with some of these sorts of things afterwards. I mean, that could just go down right in there, which is the right way, I think. I don't know. Let's see what else is here. I've also have to use this one here and there, and I have a few. Oh, I've got two of those. Oh, I'll have to go and get another one. I'll put one of those in the pack. I've got that. That's really special. That's an old one, but I've brought all kinds of things here. So let's just see. Maybe some of that sort of thing. That's my new fabric. I love that. Oh, this beautiful one. So this one is Tilda, T-I-L-D-A quilt collection. I don't know what range it is. So some bigger pieces, but not smaller than that sort of thing, because otherwise you're just really going to struggle with the coverage. I'm going to put that there and then have something go over it. So you're starting to get the idea of the putting the things on. Probably some plainer bits. I think I'd like the scripty-doo inside. Let's have a bit of this. So cutting and recomposing is what we're doing. Now would I like that? Probably more over here. Fold that over. No, not there. Maybe here. So I think I'm at the point with this one that I need to start stitching. And I'm just going to use the really thin thread like my mum does. I think I'll use this one, not that one. And I'm just going to start running stitching it. And then I'll start adding more to it. So put that aside for a second and let's have a look at this one. I'm loving that edge, and I may want that edge to go over something. I don't know. Now I want to change the angle of that one. So it's a little bit fiddly. Let's put a, this is probably too big, this piece. Doesn't matter because I can just go over. It's a very thinning hemp, that one, so it's not hard to stitch through. Very loose weave. Yeah, that's a better angle. So yeah, just check your angles. Now, yeah, you don't want them like you don't want the mini pieces. Like you don't want little pieces like this. You don't want to start covering with teeny tiny. They're the ones you fill in the holes with, because you'll never get your coverage. But you don't want them too big either, because you've got to get the rounded shape. Okay, that's what it's looking like so far. A lot of work still to do. So I could have that one. I might put it over here, just to start to get, I think I'll have that one there more on the side, and I'll insert something else. That over there. Yeah, I do need to start stitching them down, because otherwise they will not be maneuvered very well. So I think I'll stitch, I've got way too much here of this color, but that's okay, because as I said, I'll probably come in over it with something else. I've got all kinds of things here. Let's just have a little look. Like I have this. I think that will be beautiful somewhere. So maybe I would come over it and have that. I don't know. I need to just start stitching, and then I can make decisions. So I think I'm going to take this off, and I'll take that one off too. Or no, I'll leave that one. I'm sure about that one. Okay, and I'm just going to start stitching these. So I'd like a longer needle if I brought one. I've got that one. I don't think I did bring one. Oh, there's a nice long, that's what I want. And also this is I think this is a number 18 milliner's needle. I've got a little hole happening there, and the smaller, finer needles with the finer tops, they just dig right in, and I tell you what, you jump every time. You can tell I have only made one bowl, so I'm just figuring it out as much as anybody else. But I was just watching Corinne's video, her part 3 Vintage Blend Studio Shopping and Adventures with our host Susanna, #Ballarat. Let's start with this one. I'm pretty sure about this row of fabrics, so I'm just going to Cantha, which is the running stitch, rows and rows of running stitch. Yeah, I was just watching her video, so it's a good thing to watch while stitching. And look at me, I stab myself every single time. And wonderful finds, Corinne. I think she's in America now. And if she got it, I think she would have gotten out. She was showing Yoko Saito's books. And I know I've told you this before, but I had the fortune of doing, I think I did a 2-day, or did I do a 3-day? I can't remember. Lulu was little. She did a 3-day course or 2-day course in Florence at Hotel Minerva, which is attached to Santa Croce. Santa Maria Novella, the church. And it was all applique and everything. It literally changed my life. It was when I was making growth charts, doing custom orders, and applique was needle turn applique was really difficult, and she literally changed my life. It was one of the best things I've ever done, that along with the Fleur course. I haven't done that many in-person courses, to be honest, because I don't have the opportunity to do them over here. So Roberta DeMarchi was telling me she's getting this Australian lady. I can't remember her name. Actually, I can't even pronounce her name. I know I can't even pronounce it, but I can't remember what it is. And I said I would like to go that, but she said to sign up for her newsletter, and I did. But I haven't seen anything advertised. So I really don't know when she's coming, but I would go, depending what she's making. I think sometimes you just need to go and do, even if you know what, you know how to do stuff, it's just nice to go and do a course. It's nice to connect with people and just have a full immersion. It's kind of like it's a lovely guilty pleasure, isn't it, to go and sit and do courses or a retreat like what the ladies have just been on. Total FOMO. Yeah, I always think, even though it's stuff that you can always pick up something, even if it's just inspiration. Once a well-known stitcher said to me, or what I said I was doing the Fleur online course, and she said to me, well, what can she teach you that we don't already know? And I'm like, oh my goodness, you can always learn from someone else. Everyone has a different approach, and you pick and choose the things that you like in someone else's approach. I always think I can learn from, you even learn from, even if you hold a course, you learn from the people that come to your course, because there are some amazing stitchers out there. And with Sass and I have seen that when we've done the courses in Australia, that they're just the incredible talent of people that have come. So then I've sort of attached those down, and then I'm thinking I'm going to do them in all different directions. So this one I'm going to do this way, and rows of it. I just want to show you so you get the gist. and then I'll capture that bit there. Being very careful to just trying to make sure things are, actually I could move this down. There we go, and that will hold that together. And come up over here and then just do more rows. So clearly it's going to take me some time. So I'm recording this bit on Tuesday because I know that this takes a long time. So what I'll do is I'll sit and stitch these bits on unless I get them done today. And you can slide in between your layers because we've got the wool blanket. So this is my first layer. Then I'm going to do more embellishing sort of things too as well. So probably not so much embroidery, just the collaging of the fabrics and the slow stitching. My interpretation of slow stitching, I hope there's no slow stitching police out there that are going to come and say that's not slow stitching. I don't really care what other people think. For me, this is slow stitching. I think we should be allowed to interpret things the way we want to. So I like to use a little bit of recycling, of course, but I also like the new fabrics as well. So and I'm the same with my paper crafting. I love the mix of the new and the old together. So I'll just catch that bit so it doesn't annoy me. I'm just going to do a little back stitch there, just hold that down. And also mixing your fibers too. We've got the wool blanket, I've got linen here, I have cotton. So I think I'll pop off when I finish this thread. I'll continue stitching these on, and then I can come back and we can finish embellishing the outside. Not embellishing, covering. We're going to cover it, then we do the embellishing last. The extra little details. I think I need to end this one off. Can you already see the texture that's happening there? And you can use, like, you know, an embroidery floss or something like that, or a perlé would be nice as well, but I'm just using this. And I might come in and put in a few stitches here and there. So I didn't do a great knot, but it doesn't matter because there's more layering, and then don't forget we've got to do the inside as well. So I'm going to stitch that down and then I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back. Took me a little while. I've stitched them down. Look how the different look that it takes on once it's stitched. So now we need to choose some other fabrics to continue covering our bowl. Right. So I would like to put that on somewhere. It kind of needs to go over. So if I don't have anything there, I can't stitch it down, but I could have that there. But is that a large expanse of white? It is. Maybe I want to have it sort of go over the edge like that. And I don't know. I have this scrappy piece of my pink fabric, which I really like. And I think it goes with the colours. Let me just trim that bodgy edge off. So let me see, would I like that? Maybe I want that to go. It's hard to tell when it's not stitched. Maybe just a smaller piece. I love that rose there. What a wonky piece. Anyway, I'm going to overlap something else, so I could put that there maybe. Let's just pin and have a play. Don't worry about these sorts of awkward areas too, because there'll be some overlapping happening. Oh, I had this little applique / embroidery. I thought I might put that. You can see I'm just folding everything over the edge. I quite like that there. Or would I like it more maybe there like that? Yeah, I think I like it there. So like, I'm just going to pin it. Okay. Still need to find some bits to go here. Maybe I would like that traveling up there. No, over there. There. I think I'm going to stitch that one there. So what I would like to do in this week is just get my outside done. You won't see it stitched, but let's just make decisions. And then next week we will, well, I'll start putting some things in the center just so we might have to do it might be three sets of videos, because it does take some time. I wanted to, let me see, I didn't bring many other fabrics over here. Let me turn around for a second. I've got some more, but it's all my stuff. And we've got quite a bit of that on here. Oh, wait just a sec. What else did I bring in here? Let's see this one. Now this one is currently out of stock. It went in stock and then it went out of stock. I just love that especially. I think that could maybe go on the inside. Oh, I love that too. What other bits do we have? That's like shouting at me. I'm not loving that bit, but I will, you know, I can put some lace over it or something. I'm just looking. I didn't bring many. Oh, I've got lots of fabrics over here. Just a minute. Because I can start moving into the smaller fabrics, because I've started to get quite good coverage. I did have somewhere here in one of these bags some of that cut out. Grab this bag. Here we go. I had some of these beige bits too that I really like. Like I could oh, I don't want to cover that. I could start doing something like that around the edge. Not quite the right color. It is a little bit fiddly to get it going. Oh, what about some ticking? I haven't had any ticking. I've gotten myself in a very big mess here. I don't mind the script. What about a bit of script down there? It's a good size for that spot. Oh, and the other thing I want to mention is I'm stitching in different directions. So that one I went that way. This one I followed the fabric that way. That one went down. That one went across, down. So I'm doing them in different directions. It doesn't matter if you've got gaps, because we can come in, although I don't want to cover the applique. So let's, excuse me, it's a little bit fiddly. Let's grab that there and pin it right next to the applique so we don't cover that. That's better. I could probably come over a bit more. And that's already stitched. You can sort out, as I said, these funny angles. They'll be sorted out because there's another, this is just the first layer. There's another layer coming on top of it. So that's going to go there. I'm happy with that. And I've got, so the goal is to cover the blanket. I think I might have some ticking there. Do I have any flying around? I usually do. My bag's got into a mess. That's a nice stripe. Do I have enough of that one? That's very nice. I think I might have gotten that from my sister. It's not quite enough, but I could put it. I love it with that fabric. Well, what about if I put it that way? No. No. These are only little pieces of fabric here. Oh, that's a nice stripe. I think Helen gave me that. Helen from Western Australia. Hi, Helen. She came to Italy a few years ago. Got stranded here in the flood. Do you remember, Helen? I'm sure. How could you forget? On the bus for 5 hours and you'd gone 10 minutes up the road. They ended up coming back and staying here for a few more days, which I don't know was such a bad thing, but you know, when you think you're going home and you're leaving, you've got to adjust your mindset. I quite like that. I need to deal with that. I'll probably put something there. Well, no, of course I will put something there. So I quite like that. I need something over here, or maybe I could have this one. I think it's not quite the right colour. No, it's not. That's what's bothering me. Oh, I need to go back to my Easter fabrics. Although I've got linen upon linen upon linen, so no. This is just my process. It's not for everybody, but this is how I work. You know, each person needs to do their process the way they want to do their process. I have to audition things and I get into a big mess. I am liking that piece. I think I'll stitch those down, so maybe we won't cover that one last bit. I think I need to stitch them down and then I can decide that bit later. Next week we'll do that bit. So that is what it's looking like so far. I'll flip it round so we can, actually that's a good idea, flip it round and have a look. That's okay. This is the outside, and then other things are going to happen, like I'm going to come in with, you know, other pieces, not that, but other pieces of fabric or laces or embellishments. I'm now gotten myself in such a mess that I couldn't find any of those things if I tried. Or here's one. You know, I'm probably not going to put that, but fussy cut that out and you can have that sort of shooting up. That's quite nice actually. So all those sorts of things are going to happen, and I need to grab yo-yos, and I have these sorts of things as well that will start to bring it together. Just trying to see if there's anything else. I've got that fabric. I'm probably not going to put that one. Oh, here's the other one. Some of that's going to go on the inside, so that's why I'm not cutting that out now. But even just something like that could go on it somewhere. Love that colour. Yep, so now I'm going to have to tidy up this mess so I can do my other video. Oh, that's pretty. I don't think it goes with what we're doing. Things like that. I have a large expanse of that there, but I might come in, you know, with bits and pieces like that as well, to break it up. Could even have a little piece of floral like that. Yep, so I better tidy up my mess, so that way I can keep on keeping on with what's next. So I'm going to stitch all of that down, and then I may pop back on to show you what it's looking like, and we might cover that bit there. And then next week we're going to do the inside. I might start it, the inside, and that way, so that's Pam. She's got a lot of, what's small, so that's probably a little bit faster to do, but lots of things happening there. There'll be lots of things happening on mine too. We'll put stuff on the inside, and then if I'm able to work on it throughout the week, we will then be able to do embellishing as well. See, that might even go in there. I quite like that. So that could go in there. I'll probably have that inside somewhere, but that can go on afterwards. And I might keep this a little bit lighter in here. I love this too. If it's the right color, I might find it's not working. But that sort of thing, it could even go in the center, sort of thing. Anyway, that is my first part of the video. I may or may not, I will pop back and just show you this all stitched down, and then we need to find a bit for that one, so I'll be back soon. Okay, so I'm back, and the bowls have progressed. So I have stitched down everything on the outside, and I've just pinned what's going to go on the inside, just so you can see. I've got bits and pieces of my fabrics that I cut up, and I maneuver my fabrics around not to cover things that I don't want to cover. So that's the tall one, and it still has to be embellished. A little bit's already happening on the inside, and then this is this was the same circle, remember, and look at the shape, totally different shape. So this one has a wider bottom because I did shorter snips, and so that's the outside, and then that's the inside so far. So I'm going to stitch that down this week, and then next week we're going to have fun adding bits. I need to add laces and fussy cuts, and I thought I'm going to cut out these particularly little ones. I don't want big things because I've got a few big things already. I'm going to cut out these. I'm going to put them in my little pemmicans bowl. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love it. I'm going to carry it around everywhere. So I'm going to cut out a few of these and some of the smaller ones of these on this sheet. So, and I'll be stitching them a little bit here and there. On the outside, I might fit one or two on the inside, I don't know. And I'm just going to gather everything in there. And I'll probably put little bits and pieces of laces. I'm going to be organized like my sister. And I have all this stuff over here. That was the extra one. I need to put that in the thing. But I'll gather up little bits and pieces. And what I wanted to also put in, not those, was maybe... Let's go through. I want to maybe cut that out, see if I can put that somewhere, or I have that blue one, but I think I have another blue one somewhere. Not that, someone gave me that. I didn't know, little bits and pieces of something like that. Or no, that one's too white. I've put that on the other one on the outside. I had the big piece of hemp. So I'm covering most of it with that. I like that. I might keep that one out. So in case I want to add it to that one. I don't need these fabrics. I can put those back in my pile over there. And I don't think I need those. But little things like this, you can cut out little shapes from here too. So those are good things. I don't think I need that. Now I want to make another one. They take a long time. That could be a good one to cut up. So I'm just giving you ideas of the things in case you're going along and creating as well. These are wonderful. I might cut those out. I think I got that one in France from a lady. There's 4 sides, so I can afford to cut out 1 or 2. So there's that, not that. That's really precious. That should go on something. There's those sorts of things are good. I don't think I need that. That's more like a pockety sort of thing. I probably wouldn't cut that one, not that one. I painted these. I didn't paint them. I mixed, I did it maybe a year and a half ago. I've got a drawer of this sort of stuff, and I mixed some paint. I quite like those. That's probably too bright. Oh, this is similar bright. That's probably too thick, is probably more. Might try that one. I swished some paint around, and with water, really watered down paint, and then I think that's it for those. I might find some other things. Not that I need all this stuff, but this is the stuff I'm going to pull from. Probably not that one. For this project from these. I'm going to pull from these. So that'll be next week. So here are the bowls. I'm going to flip these around and canter stitch, and it's quite easy to do because you've got a lot of layers happening, and you can actually just slide in between your layers, and so, or go right through, because you're just going to get a lovely, even more texture happening. Oh, the other thing I thought of was, I don't know if they're too bright, but I thought I might pull out a couple of these, and not a squirrel, I've got more bunnies, just a sec. We'll try a couple of these to see. I'll cut them out more, but just to see if I might like one of those. And I'm going to put, oh, I've got this, I know this is going to go somewhere. So I'm going to find more small things to put on here and there, and bits and pieces of laces. So there we go. So that is it. These are getting there. I love how they've turned out. They look like little hats, don't they? I mean, that could honestly be a baby hat. You could make it bigger and it could be a baby's hat. Keep their head warm. Is that backwards? I've put it on backwards. I need to turn it over, excuse me. Well, it's so beautifully stitched. That's the thing. It's really beautifully stitched. Oh, goodness. That it looked like that was the front. It probably wouldn't matter. I'm giving it one of them to Lulu. I would just decide when I've done it, and she wouldn't even notice. She's gone to Mantova today. I don't want to go, and I'm like, Lulu, it's a university excursion. You're going to see something I didn't understand what. Something, I don't think something old. I think something modern. I think it's something they're working on in town in Urbanistica. So anyway, she was whinging about it, and I said, you might end up having a really good day. Go with the right attitude. Don't go all negative. There we go. I'll sort of mess around with that afterwards. That's better. So that's going to stitch down there. Yep, and I put fairly plain stuff there, so it's not covering all of that up. Like it's not covering any prettiness up. Okay, all right, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for watching, and these will be finished next week. Thank you for watching. Bye.